everyone, it's Mike from AutoGuide, and in case you didn't hear the news yesterday, the Acura RSX is coming back. You called us crazy last year when we uncovered the patent that said the RSX was coming back, but it finally has officially been said by Acura. So, is the new RSX gonna be a two-door coupe version of the Integra? No. Is it gonna be maybe the Acura sibling to the new Honda Prelude? No. The RSX is going to be an electric crossover. At this point, we shouldn't be surprised when we hear an old nameplate come back and find out it's going to be some sort of small SUV or sort of some small electric vehicle, or in this case, both. So now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about the actual vehicle that is coming. So this is not going to be a joint venture with GM like the ZDX was. It's going to be Acura's first homegrown, all-new, built from the ground up EV that's also going to share its platform with the upcoming Honda Zero sedan and the Honda Zero EV. It will be built at the Honda EV hub in Ohio, so it's a very North American specific vehicle. So with CES having just passed where the Honda Zero was introduced and the Detroit Auto Show also just passed, why is Acura announcing this now? Well, it coincides with the starting of real world testing. I guess they kind of want to get ahead of the game before spy photos start showing up of the new RSX, although we wouldn't know what it was called at the time. Prototypes covered in camouflage will start appearing at various Acura test centers around the world. So Acura only gave us this one photo to see for now, and it's camouflage, but we kind of get an idea of what's under there. So it's clear the RSX is going to be one of those crossover coupes or coupe overs or SUV coupes, whatever you want to call it. It's got a very raked rear roof, and it kind of, I guess if you squint, has a bit of the old RSX profile. We can also see there's an angular vent cutting into the front door, there's flush door handles, and of course full width taillights because everybody's doing that. Although there's no picture of the front, if you look, you can see the very end of the usual squinty Acura headlight, so it should have a lot of family resemblance. Although we don't know the exact size, Acura did confirm that this will be smaller than the ZDX, so expect it to be more RDX or even maybe upcoming ADX in size. So details were super light, and that includes anything to do with drivetrain, powertrain. We have no idea what's going to be underneath that skin or battery size, but if we look at the Honda Zero, which as I said, this will share a platform with, we know that there's going to be a 241 horsepower single motor rear drive model, so that would be kind of cool. And there's also going to be a 482 horsepower all-wheel drive model. Now this is going to be maybe smaller than those two, I don't really know, but being Acura and being more luxurious and usually performance orientated, I'd expect to see at least something up around that dual motor output, and that would probably be the RSX Type S. One detail we do know is this will be Acura's first vehicle, actually it'll be the first production vehicle period, to feature Honda's newest in-car infotainment setup that they're calling Asimo OS, you know, named after that little robot guy. So this isn't some way off concept car either. Acura is saying production should start by the end of this year for the 2026 RSX. So again, let's kind of talk about that name. Like, why did Acura use RSX, which was really the Integra in other markets? So why bring it back and put it on an SUV? Well, according to Acura, the official statement was, the nameplate pays homage to the Acura RSX with its coupe-like silhouette, but it truly represents a forward-looking approach to fun-to-drive performance. Our second all-electric SUV will solidify our EV credentials, even as its ICE stablemate, so gasoline internal combustion engine cars. The all-new ADX, RDX, MDX, TLX, and Integra continue to attract new buyers to the Acura brand. So that's a lot of words, and basically it got the name because it has a coupe-like profile, which I get. I mean, it'd been cool if they brought back, say, the Vigor name or even the CL, but I guess maybe we're too old, those of us that remember those cars, and we need something younger. But forget about the name for a second. If Acura truly can deliver a driver-focused, performance-first little electric SUV, maybe not quite as hardcore as the Hyundai Ioniq 5N, it could do something really good for the brand, and it could be actually quite fun. I mean, if it has almost 500 horsepower in something ADX sized, sign me up. I'm just not fully sold on using the RSX name, but I get it. Acura is trying to differentiate this coupe-like crossover from its other SUVs by using the SX moniker at the end instead of the usual DX. Of course, more details will be available later this year, you know, dimensions, powertrains, price, things like that. But we won't have to wait too long because, like I said, this vehicle is going into production before the year is over.